So who's getting laid off first in tech? The story has always been the same. Get rid of your scrum masters, your product ops, your product managers, basically all your support, anyone but the engineers. But is that still true? Today, we're going to talk about a cataclysmic shift in tech staffing that's just getting started, but I think it will define companies for the next decade. And it all starts with this ratio, 8-to-1. This 8-to-1 ratio will change permanently in a way that makes a certain role more valuable than any before. But before I get into that, let's jump into AI product manager roles. $265,000. That's what starting AI product managers are making right now in 2026. Not some mythical unicorn startup. This is at real companies hiring real people today. While everyone's panicking about AI taking their jobs, smart product managers are learning to ride this wave and are literally doubling their salary. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to go from your current PM role to landing one of these high-paying AI product manager positions, even if you've never written a line of code or trained a model in your life.
I gotta do it, man.
What's up, everyone? I'm Garrett Risco, a group product manager with over 14 years of experience, and welcome to Risky Business, where I teach you the tactics product managers use behind the scenes to build the best products out there. If doubling your PM salary sounds like your vibe, like the video, smash that subscribe button, and let's get into it. All right, let's talk numbers because they are absolutely wild right now. According to fresh December 2025 data from Investopedia, here's what top AI roles are paying. ML ops engineers are at the top of the stack, being paid up to $350,000. AI infrastructure specialists are also hitting that $350,000 mark. AI research scientists are hitting up to $250,000. And our focus today, AI product managers starting salaries are at $120K to $265,000K. But it gets even crazier the more senior you get. Netflix is paying over $1 million for senior AI product managers. And stick around because I'll show you exactly how to position yourself for those more senior roles. If we check out the data and listings here, Netflix actually posted an AI-focused director of product management role with a salary range of $220K up to $900,000. And according to levels.fyi, Netflix directors of product management are actually pulling in over $1 million in total comp. We're talking $400K in base salary alone. So yes, you heard that right, over $1 million to lead AI initiatives at Netflix. Now you might be thinking, Garrett, that's nice for director level, but what about the rest of us? It's not just directors pulling in these stratospheric salaries. Even mid-level AI PMs are seeing somewhere around a 40 to 60% salary premium over traditional PMs. And unlike other AI roles that require deep technical expertise, AI product management is the most accessible path for current PMs, especially if you're willing to adapt to a new normal.
Yeah.
So why are these AI PMs pulling in these salaries despite all these crazy tech layoffs? Unfortunately, as you know, companies are laying off tech workers kind of en masse due to AI. I mean, you guys have seen Amazon laying off 14,000 workers, probably another 30,000 coming up soon if the rumors are true. And the broader market has had 716 layoffs in 2025, impacting somewhere around 210,000 workers, specifically due to tools like vibe coding. You might think product managers are caught up in that wave of layoffs, as them and other support staff were always the first to go. But you'd actually be surprised to learn that vibe coding actually had the reverse effect on AI product managers. It's actually making them the most demand role in tech. The reality of vibe coding is that engineers now ship products about 10 times faster. While that frees up their time, the bottleneck is that someone still needs to figure out the what to build and the why we're building it. And suddenly, there aren't enough product managers to keep up. Companies are literally restructuring entire teams around this new reality. Remember, 8-to-1. That used to be the golden ratio, 8 engineers to 1 product manager. Today, that number is crashing to about 4-to-1. With some early stage companies that I've been talking to, specifically one in medtech and one in fintech, where they're going to 1 senior engineer paired with 1 AI product manager. AI is making engineers so efficient that product managers are becoming the bottleneck, and companies are scrambling to hire talented AI PMs to keep up. While everyone's worried about AI taking jobs, smart product managers are realizing AI just made them 2 times more valuable. But you can't just jump right into interviewing and hope to land the role. You need the right skills to be successful. But before I get into that, check out these trends of AI product managers versus traditional product managers. With a 40% premium on pay and a 20% year-over-year job growth for AI product managers, these figures aren't just anomalies, they're indicative of a larger trend. As artificial intelligence becomes core to business ops, companies are willing to invest heavily in talent that can stay on top of this changing landscape. As the famous Marty Cagan points out, just like how mobile product management was a hot skill when mobile technology was new, AI product management is becoming the next in-demand skill set. All right, so we covered wages and we covered why, but what exactly does an AI PM do that's different than a traditional PM? When you're working to land that PM interview, it's more than just saying that something is powered by AI. More often than not, you'll be dealing with either one of two things, and it's actually not what you would expect. Most people who interview for AI PM jobs think that you'll be building these foundational LLMs like Claude or ChatGPT, but actually 99% of the time, this won't be you. Instead, you'll either be one, working to see how you can automate your customers or internal teams' workflows by using AI, or two, you'll be focused on taking non-deterministic results, like hallucinations essentially, from an LLM and making them more deterministic, either via prompt engineering, priming latent space, a RAG, or a few other methods I'll share later. Think of it this way, if a regular PM is like a movie director, an AI PM is like directing a movie where half your cast are robots who are independent thinkers.
He's one of those older models programmed by a central computer. Not us. We're independent thinkers. Roger, 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 roger.
As an AI product manager, you're expected to be responsible for strategy development, but now you're defining roadmaps for AI-powered features that might not have existed 6 months ago. It's actually more important now than ever that you can predict into the future what features people need. I referenced this in a previous video where you need to be a predictive anthropologist and anticipate how your users might use future products. For example, I can envision a future in say 9 months to a year where maybe 2% of the population is wearing smart glasses with a screen, and maybe I want to invest in a smart glasses mindfulness app for folks that are perennially connected. Or maybe I want to build a smart glasses app that acts as like a virtual memory to help me remember people's faces and names that I always seem to forget, and it will flash them up on the smart glasses when I see them face to face. Your next skill is data cross-functional leadership. You're not just working with engineers and designers, you want to add data scientists, ML engineers, and AI ethicists to your daily stand-ups. The third skill is actually prompt engineering. This is your force multiplier. You need to be the AI whisperer who can craft prompts that make these models actually useful. Next up is vibe prototyping. This is actually the biggest change from last year to this year, is now you also need to understand vibe prototyping, and I'll get to that later. After that, you want to be an expert in risk management. AI can hallucinate, be biased, or straight up fail in ways that traditional software doesn't. Remember, it's non-deterministic, so you own preventing those disasters. And your last skill is doing the business heavy lifting, or ROI translation. You need to translate 98% model accuracy into this will save us $2 million annually. Again, what they don't tell you in job descriptions is the most valuable AI product managers aren't the ones who understand transformers or neural networks. They're actually the ones who understand how to make AI solve real customer problems. Because unless you're working at Anthropic or OpenAI, you are not building foundational models. You're going to be using AI to solve real problems like automating workflows or reducing hallucinations and making your products smarter. That's generally where 99% of the AI product manager jobs live. All right, let's talk about that skill that separates six-figure AI product managers from everybody else, and it is prompt engineering. A year ago, people thought prompt engineering was just asking ChatGPT nicely. Now it's a legitimate technical skill that can make or break your AI products. Let me show you the difference. The first prompt is write a product update email for a new AI analytics feature. That first prompt, it is terrible. There's no context, there's no data, there's no brand voice, there's no intended output. I give it an F. The second one, now we're talking. You've got role, you've got audience, tone, specific deliverables, you've got constraints, but still I give it a B+. Do you see the difference? It's not just about being detailed, it's about understanding the business context, the user needs, and the desired outcomes. Now, if we take that B+ prompt and you want to turn it into an A+ prompt, you would actually do a thing called priming it. It's basically providing it context, like, attaching attachments or extra information. So say relevant PRDs or maybe data related to that analytics product. That way it has all the context for a new product feature that it needs to write that newsletter on. With all that, let me give you the framework that I use for killer prompts. First up is role assignment. You want to tell the AI who it should be. This sets the context and shapes the output. AI companies are actually codifying these skills now. Greg Eisenberg has an amazing video on this, and I'll link it down below. The second thing you want to do is context injection. You want to give AI the data that it needs. This is often called priming latent space. You're basically making the output more recent and more relevant to your specific situation. Third, you've got output specification. You kind of want to start with the end in mind. You want to be specific about type, length, style, and format. The more precise you are, the less back and forth you'll need to do. Fourth, You really want to break things down into manageable chunks. You want to try not to ask for everything at once. So you'll basically take these complex tasks and you break them into steps. You'll get better output, and it's actually easier to course correct along the way. And then fifth up, you want to iterate. Don't expect perfection on the first shot. You kind of want to ask for clarification. You want to refine as you go. And a pro tip for you, if the AI starts veering off topic wildly, just start a fresh session to clear the context. So that's the framework. You want to roll, you want context, you want output, you want to break things into chunks, and you want to iterate. Master this, and you're already 90% ahead of product managers trying to break into AI.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
So drop a robot emoji in the comments if you want me to do a full prompt engineering masterclass for product managers. The second skill that's defining AI PMs in 2026 is actually vibe prototyping. And according to Lenny's newsletter data, it's the #2 skill for product managers right now. Here's the problem that it solves. You've got a feature idea, but your designer's booked for 2 months. You don't have buy-in yet to pull them into your project. It's a classic chicken and egg. You need a vision to get resources, but you also need resources to build the vision. Vibe prototyping breaks that terrible loop. Tools like V0, Lovable, Figma Make, they all let you upload screenshots to your app and describe your feature, and then you can generate a working prototype. There is a catch though. So out of the box, everything looks generically like Bootstrap or Shad CN. You've got generic fonts, you've got the wrong colors, and you have the unmistakable AI made this type of energy. The fix is something that I'm calling targeted reflections. Instead of asking the AI to vaguely improve the solution, you get surgical. You basically feed back your reference screenshot into the next version, and you call out specific components that you want improved. You're basically forcing the AI out of its default patterns and making it match your actual design system. I tested this across 6 different tools with about 30 rounds of iteration for each tool, and the winner was V0 by a clear margin. It got closest to pixel perfect results. The full breakdown with all the prompts and comparisons is in my Medium article with a link down in the description, and I'm actually doing a deep dive video on this next, so subscribe if you want to see that. But the core takeaway is vibe prototyping isn't about replacing designers. It's about getting to yes faster so you can actually get that designer time when it matters. Okay, so how do you actually make this transition from a traditional PM to an AI PM? Here's a step-by-step roadmap. Step 1 is you need to build your AI foundation. This will be your first 4 weeks. You don't need a PhD, but you do need to be able to speak the language. Take Andrew Ng's AI for Everyone course. It's 3 hours, it's free. Maybe read the AI Product Manager's Handbook, it's fantastic. Subscribe to AI newsletters. I love Lenny's newsletter, The Neuron, or AI Supremacy. And you want to master some key concepts, like you want to understand the difference between ML, deep learning, and Gen AI. You want a basic understanding of training versus inference, and you want to understand those common AI limitations and failure modes. Step 2 is you want to get your hands dirty. This is typically weeks 5 to 8. You'll want to start using AI tools in your current product manager role. So for example, you'll want to use Claude Opus or GPT-5 to help you write PRDs. You want to experiment with Cursor for code reviews. Maybe you'll want to try Midjourney for mockup ideation, or say you'll want to iterate on prototype ideas with Lovable. Stay tuned for that video. And then lastly, you'll want to build a simple go-to-market automation with Gumloop. And check out my previous video on this in the description if you haven't had a chance to see it yet.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Next, you'll want to show off your AI projects to your peers. This is where you'll really cut your teeth and get raw and probably brutal feedback. For example, at University of Washington, it's been awesome seeing mentees present their AI projects on things like legal ops, changing the landscape for paralegals, or online grocery shopping powered by AI, showing their anticipated diet and ingredient preferences, or apps for connected fitness, or things to help you conquer social anxiety. It's been amazing watching people really put AI to task to see how it works for their projects. The last step for you is you want to network like your salary depends on it, because it literally does. This step basically never ends, and you should always be digging the well before you get thirsty. You'll want to join product manager communities on LinkedIn. You'll want to attend local AI meetups. Speaking of which, if you're in the Seattle area, you might even find me at the next Lenny's newsletter meetup. And if so, I'd love to buy you a beer and chat. You'll want to follow AI leaders and engage meaningfully with their content. I dare anyone that's made it this far in the video to cold open message an AI leader that you admire. You'll want to write about your AI experiments. And remember, the truth is the jump from regular PM to AI PM isn't about becoming technical, it's about becoming bilingual. You need to be able to speak both business value and AI capability fluently. Look, a year ago, AI product management was a specialty, but in the next 3 to 6 months, it will actually be table stakes for everybody out there. Every PM will need these skills. The question is, will you be ahead of the curve, commanding top dollar, or will you be playing catch up? The path from your current PM role to a high-paying AI project manager position is clearer than ever. You don't need to be technical, you don't need to go back to school, you just need to start. If this helped you map out your AI PM journey, drop a comment with the first step you're taking. I read and respond to every single one. Hit subscribe for more PM career strategies, and check out my gum loop automation video if you want to start experimenting with AI tools. And remember, fortune favors the prepared product manager. I'm Garrett Risco, and this is Risky Business, and I'll see you in the next one.